Hey, what is going on, Capricorns? Butch Tarot here. I am going to do your 1 week read. It is a general read, so it may not resonate with everyone. It is for your Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus. For all you cross watchers, roles can be reversed. Always feel free to comment down below. I'm going to be using the Tarot of Dreams. And with all that being said, let's get it. Universe, what do we have for Capricorns? What message do we have for Capricorns, universe? All right, Capricorns. So the first thing I see, Capricorns, I feel like this energy around you is, I feel like there's a lot of hot and cold energy with this person. A lot of in and out, not really a decisive energy. You never really know what you're getting from this person. And it always feels like they're hiding something from you. It always feels like they're not being honest, or at least not being completely honest. But I feel like there's a part of you waiting for this person to really show up, to finally, be that person you thought they could be, but I don't see them showing up. With that Eight of Pentacles, in reverse, I don't feel like this person's is going to put in any effort here. They're not going to show up. And what you've been waiting for with that Three of Wands, I don't see that coming. I feel like the reason why you saw potential in this person, because this person is good at manipulation. They're good at playing games. But they're not that good. I feel like they got a little overconfident in their own skills. And I feel like you're starting to see through it. And I feel like you knew this was coming. Maybe part of you hoped it wouldn't. But I feel like deep down you knew. With that Knight of Wands in reverse, that player energy, this person's playing games and overconfident with that, that King of Wands. I feel like this person is way too confident in their abilities. But you saw through it. And I feel like a part of this, it's almost bittersweet. I feel like it brings a little anxiety, a little stress into your life, because I feel like now it almost feels like everything's being put on your plate and it's like too much. You thought you were on the same page with this person. You thought you were going to get something from them that, you're starting to realize that you're not going to get. And I don't see that changing with the Six of Swords in reverse. You didn't have all the information. You didn't see what was right in front of you, but I feel like you felt it. But sometimes we go against our own thoughts. Sometimes we know something, but we still hope that we're wrong. There's lots of times in life when we know we have a strong feeling that something is the way we think it is, but we hope we're wrong. We want more than anything to be wrong sometimes. But then we get proven right. With this person, I feel like there's a lot of drama coming with this person, or may have already started. I see a lot of conflict with this person. And I feel like it's not it's not real conflict, though. It's like, this person is closed off. They close themselves off to you because they're afraid that the more they open up, the more you're going to see through them. Sometimes people are very elusive, and it's not because they care. They just don't want to get hurt. Like in some situations, people, they have a hard time being vulnerable because they're afraid of getting hurt. This person is afraid of being vulnerable because they're afraid you'll see right through them. And, I feel like this person, there's times when this person acts like what you think isn't true. They're being very defensive because they know they can't do it on their own. They know they need you. And like I said, I feel like it's not easy for you either because the thought of doing this all on your own, I feel like you've already started to build something with this person. And now it's almost like you feel like you're going to have to take over all responsibilities. Because this person hasn't shown up when they were with you. So what are they going to do when they're not? But like I said, this person can't do it without you. They know that. And that's why they get defensive. That's why they try to fight for this. That's why they try to convince you. There's moments I feel like you saw right through them. The veil came down and you saw right through them. But they spent a lot of time convincing you were wrong. And sometimes because we want to believe them, we allow them to. We allow the facade to continue. But like I said, this person brings nothing. I don't feel like they're bringing anything to the table. I don't really feel like they ever have. But the only thing they really do is convince you to see the positive in them and not the negative. They're very good at that. They'll blow smoke up your ass all day if you let them. And that's what this type of person does. They don't give with that Six of Pentacles in reverse. And with that Five of Cups, they're trying to get you to see the positives and not the negatives. And that hot and cold energy, I feel like there's some gaslighting going on with this person. Like, they try to blame you for shit. Stuff that is not your fault, but sometimes we let people get in so deep that we believe their stories. And that's what makes storytellers. It's because they're believable. Just like that's what makes a good liar, someone that knows how to lie. Good liars are usually not people that are bad at it. They're trying to convince you of something that isn't real. Something that you wanted to be real, but I feel like you knew it wasn't. Sometimes we try to trust some people. We give them the benefit of the doubt when we shouldn't have. But like I said, I feel like you knew this was coming. I feel like, it gets to the point where you just can't look past it anymore. You see something that can't be unseen. And with this person, that's exactly what's happening. People can only pull the wool over your eyes so much that, once it comes off, even for a second, when you see through it, it's like, well, I know you're full of shit, so why are we doing this? Why are we playing this game? And one thing the Capricorns I know is that Capricorns don't tend to like to play games too often, especially games that cost them. And I feel like this person has cost you, and they will continue to cost you. And I don't just mean monetarily, I mean time-wise, and that in itself, I feel like time is the ultimate currency because it's something that you can never make more of. You can never get back, and you can never get a refund. You have what you have, and that's it. But like I said, I feel like this person convinces you. I feel like there's moments when you, like I said, you saw through it, but they convince you that you're overthinking this. And that's what gaslighting is. It just really turning things on itself. You acknowledge a problem and they make it so that somehow, some way, it's your problem. or they avoid it altogether and bring up something that has nothing to do with it, that may be your fault. They're always trying to put the blame on you. And that hot and cold energy, like I said, I feel like there's moments when this person tries to like take a step away and makes you feel like you did something wrong. That's just another form, that's just another weapon in their manipulation tool belt. I do feel like this person is fairly intelligent, at least enough so to get this far, but not enough to really seal the deal. I feel like they're a little overconfident in their own abilities. I have a lot of air and a lot of fire in this person. We have Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. We have Aries and Leo and Sagittarius. We have some Taurus. Some Virgo. And some Capricorn as well. There's no love. I'm not feeling any love in this at all. Like I said, it's... But one thing, I know I'm a Sagittarius and kind of an optimist. So one thing that I see with this that I feel like we got to take as a silver lining is once you see it, something that can't be unseen, you can move forward from it. You can let it go. It helps let it, it's good for that release. You get to let them go and just get to move on with your life and find someone that shows up for you, someone that is on the same page, someone that wants the same things, and someone that's willing to work to get it. Excuse me. There's so many forms of manipulation. I remember I have a child before Rose, and my first child was with a girl that was very manipulative. She had a way, and without sounding stupid, she wanted to get pregnant because she wanted someone to take care of her. She knew that if you got pregnant, she wanted to find a guy. She thought it was a good guy. She admitted this all after we broke up, but I felt like I knew it. Like, even her friends would tell me this on the side, but I just thought they were just not really good friends. They were just being sneaky. But actually, they were really good friends to me and not her, because they were trying to tell me that, stay away from this girl. But she was very good. Like, she learned all about me. She learned my likes and dislikes, and she used them to a T until the moment she got pregnant. And then she switched. She became who she really was. But she was very narcissistic. And she obviously to have an idea of having a kid just to be, taken care of. But anyway, as soon as she found out she was pregnant, she switched on me. But she knew that I would, stick around. I stuck around for a long time until it got to the point where it was so toxic. Our daughter was almost 4 when I finally left. And I left. We had an apartment together. We had all the stuff. Like, she never worked. Everything we had was, me working. And I'm okay with that because I grew up in a very small town where, my grandmother and my aunts and stuff like that, they stayed home and they took care of the kids, which to anybody that doesn't know, don't talk about it if you don't know about it, because I was a stay-at-home dad for 6 months with 2 boys. And I was dying to go back to work. You know, I like, it was the worst. I got hurt, so I couldn't work for a bit, and Rose, she went. You know, she went. She usually worked anyway. She always had a job, but we stopped sending the kids to daycare because it was better for me. You know, I had to be home anyway, so I was home with the kids, and it was the hardest job. I worked on oil rigs. I did longshore fishing of lobster, scallops. You know, I did some of the hardest jobs you can do, and I still feel like that was the hardest job. So don't undersell that. And I feel like it was, you know, but to each his own. If you want to work, you know, I'm not. If she wanted to work, she could have worked, but she didn't want to, and I was okay with that because, you know, I sometimes I give too much information. But anyway, you know, we had a really nice apartment, really nice things, and it just came up to one day I was just like, I had enough, you know. And it wasn't. I found out she was kind of sneaking around with some other guy. Like, she was going to the bar with her girlfriends, but it ended up being she was meeting some guy for the last, I don't even know how long of a relationship. And I knew the moment I found out that I didn't love her, because I was almost relieved. I was like, almost like, this is your problem now. And I warned him. I even warned him. I told him. Years later, we had this conversation. We actually are pretty friendly now. He said, I thought you were just being that guy, you know, just trying to talk shit about her so that I wouldn't want to be with her. He said, but I should listen to you, dude. But he didn't, and he went through a lot of hell too. And you know, there's just some people out there that just, like that quote, some people just want to watch the world burn. You know, she was just destructive. But when she met him, and it was almost like a relief for me. And I just got up one day and I found out about it, and I wasn't even mad. But it was like the last straw, and I said, listen, keep everything, I'm leaving. I'll pick my daughter up, I'll take her. You know, if you want to go to court and set an agreement, whatever, or, you know, I'll pick her up throughout the week. I'll have her every weekend. Whatever you want to do. And it didn't get better for a long time after that, because she used my daughter as a weapon. And like I said, some people are just not good people. But she was a master manipulator. She was very good at making me feel a certain way. Even after we broke up, she used my daughter against me in so many different ways that it was just unreal. Like, there'd be weekends where I was supposed to pick up my daughter, and she's like, well, I want to go to, you know, me and my new boyfriend, we're going out, we want to go to the club this weekend, but we're broke. So I want $100, or I want, you know, $150, or you're not picking up your daughter. Because if I don't have the $150, I'm not going to the bar. So what's the point of you taking her? I can just keep her. And I know what a lot of people would say, a lot of people had said this to me, we'll take her to court. But that didn't get me my daughter that weekend. You know? That means I would have had to miss a weekend with my daughter. And I just, you know? But that's what I mean by sometimes I always kind of hoped she'd come back. I always hoped maybe, you know, pregnancy maybe changed her a little bit. Maybe she was just, you know, going through some things, and maybe the person I met was really her. I had to wait for her to come back. And I waited too long, and it just wasn't healthy. You know, I hoped, and my hope cost me. You know, it's okay to have faith in someone that deserves it, but, you know, having faith in the wrong person is just, it's not good. It's not good at all. But anyway, so just keep yourself safe. Trust yourself. You know, it's not wrong to believe in someone, but it isn't a good thing to collect red flags either. You know, they've proven you wrong. You know, you have faith in someone, you believe in someone, you hold out for them, and that every turn they keep proving you wrong, stop letting them prove you wrong. Anyway, Be good. Take care. Stay safe.